On this week's Goal Show, giants of Sao Paulo, Santos and Corinthians go head-to-head in Brazil. We'll be taking a look at the leading contenders to win this year's AFC Champions League. The top two meet in Australia, with the regular season there nearing its climax. And a new J.League season gets underway in the land of the rising sun.
Two Brazilian international strikers met each other on Sunday night as Santos faced Corinthians in the Sao Paulo State Championship. Neymar lining up for Santos, Alexandre Pato on the Corinthians side, following his recent move from Milan. The early signs look good, with Cicero finding the net in the 8th minute from a Marcos Assunção free kick, only for the Santos man's header to be ruled out for offside. Corinthians were fresh from a 2-0 win over Colombian side Millonarios in the Copa Libertadores. A game played behind closed doors because of a ban on the club's fans, which was triggered by the death of a supporter in Bolivia recently. 12 minutes before the break, Pato was involved as Corinthians threatened, but Peruvian striker Paulo Guerrero was denied, with Guajardo alert to the danger. Guerrero inches away from his 5th goal of this Paulista campaign. The visitors should have broken the deadlock early in the second half. Renato Augusto sprung the Santos offside trap, but couldn't keep his lob down. Little had been seen of Neymar up until that point. The Brazilian international was booked for diving in the second half, showing indiscipline that won't be well received should he move to Europe. Santos finally mustered an effort of note 11 minutes from time. Assunção's free kick touched onto the crossbar by Cassio. Neymar had one final chance to make his mark on a disappointing encounter, but his failure to convert summed up his afternoon and the match in general. Elsewhere, during round 10 of the Campeonato Paulista season, Sao Paulo extended their lead at the top by winning at Penapolense. Ponte Preta's draw at Linense saw them slip back. Santos are the defending state champions. Corinthians have won just 3 games so far, yet to hit their best form in 2013.
The AFC Champions League group stages got underway in midweek. Among those eager to get off to a good start, Japanese champions Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who hosted Uzbek club Bunyodkor in Group G. Bunyodkor, Uzbek Cup winners in 2012, slowly found their footing. Alexander Pischer outjumped the Sanfrecce defence to put his side in front. Sanfrecce had beaten Kashiwa Reysol to win the Japanese Super Cup 4 days earlier. Misato's Santos header was just about the closest they came to equalising here. Bunyodkor sealed a fine 2-0 away win 4 minutes from the end, when Fozil Musayev found the net.
He takes that all the way through. It's a solo run, a solo effort, and it's goal number 2. A huge gap there in their defence. No chance of Mizumoto or Chiba catching up.
The win saw Bunyodkor, who were previously coached by Luis Felipe Scolari, go top of Group G, ahead of Beijing Guan and the Pohang Steelers, who drew their meeting. There are 8 groups in total, with the top 2 progressing to the knockout stages.
Chinese champions Guangzhou Evergrande are in Group F. Marcello Lippi's team began their continental campaign against Japanese club Urawa Reds. And they got off to an impressive start, taking the lead when Brazilian Murici brilliantly set up former Borussia Dortmund striker Lucas Barrios.
Also look at that, Murici receiving it outside the box.
Urawa Reds are back in the Champions League after a 4-year absence, following a 3rd-place finish in the J.League last year. They found themselves 2 down here, though, when Murici found the target himself.
It's now 2-0.
Urawa won the AFC Champions League in 2007, but will need to improve significantly if they're to make an impression this year.
Could this be another worry?
Keita Suzuki's late own goal compounding their misery in front of a jubilant crowd of nearly 40,000.
Exactly what happened.
Evergrande then top Group F. John Book Motors and Thai champions Muangthong United kicked off with a draw in South Korea.
Following their respective AFC Champions League exertions in midweek, Sanfrecce Hiroshima played host to the Urawa Reds on the opening day of the new J.League season in Japan on Saturday. It was the away side who took the lead before half-time. Yosuke Kashiwagi finishing off a delightful move, which involved a superb flick from Genki Haraguchi. The Reds, fresh from their defeat in China, doubled their lead in the second half. Haraguchi's tame shot somehow squirmed past Yusaku Nishigawa. The Sanfrecce keeper left red-faced. The 2012 J.League champions Sanfrecce were back in it though just 3 minutes later when Koji Murasaki curled in a spectacular free kick to make it 2-1. Sanfrecce couldn't find an equaliser though, as Urawa bounced back from their disappointing midweek loss.
And that's full time at the Hiroshima Big Arts, which is also...
Elsewhere on the opening day of the 21st J.League season, former Celtic star Shinsuke Nakamura was on target as Yokohama F. Marinos beat promoted Shonan Bellmare. And last season's runners-up for goal to Sendai were held by Ventforet Kofu.
The latest winner of our Goal of the Week votes is Adelaide United's Marcelo Carrusca. The Argentine winger's stunner earning more than 40% of the votes to win our global poll on goal.com. Coming up, 5 more super strikes from the last 7 days from which to choose your favourite. First up, Eidur Gudjonsson turning back the clock, finding his predatory instinct of old to score his first goal for Club Brugge in Belgium. Goal 2 is from the AFC Champions League. Al Ayn's Omar Abdulrahman volleying in during the UAE club's 3-1 win against Al Hilal. Montenegrin forward Dejan Damjanovic, the highest scoring import ever in South Korea, scores goal 3 in FC Seoul's demolition of Jiangsu Sainty. Goal 4 is this gem from Alessandro Del Piero, the Juventus legend finding the net on Sydney FC's long trip to Perth. And goal 5, long-serving Sanfrecce Hiroshima midfielder Koji Morisaki, scoring with the dead ball in his side's defeat to the Urawa Reds. Voting for your favourite goal is easy. Simply head for goal.com and follow the relevant links. The winner of our global vote will be announced on Friday. On next week's Goal Show, the new Chinese Super League season begins amidst the controversy over match fixing. And we'll be continuing to follow Corinthians as the club world champions target more domestic success in Brazil.